What's up, guys, and welcome to the Heroic Stoneguards video. General overall guide, and as always, the abilities will be scrolling above my head. A couple things that you need to know about this fight. First thing is it's identical to normal mode minus two factors. First factor is you can light up the ground with tiles. How do you do this? Okay, well, a tile will spawn in each corner of the room. It will always be in the same spot. All you have to know is that if you pick up the one that is being petrified, you take, again, the 90% less damage. Otherwise, what happens is you get 10 stacks of this buff, right? And for every tile you light up, it removes a stack of that buff. So the most optimum way that we found to do it, and again, your guys' group might do it a little different, this is just how we did it, is what we did is we kind of let the tanks do their thing. We just threw out our dots, didn't blow any DPS cooldowns or anything right off the bat, waited for that first boss to petrify. Once it told us who was petrifying, we all ran to that crystal, we all picked it up, and we all got our stacks because we're all taking 90% less damage, and we started blowing tiles out. Again, what you do is you can only lay down 10. So what we had everybody do is they went and they did it twice, okay? So at the beginning of the fight they did it twice, at 70% they did it twice, and at 40% they did it twice. The only exception to this is if you get chains. If you get chains, you stay in with the melee, and you just don't worry about it until you can break your chains. Now, if you can break your chains and you break them, good for you. You can get RNG and have it be, you know, the right guy to do that, so you don't even have to worry about it. But typically how we did it is if you get chains, you just stay in the middle with the dogs till you can break your chains, and then you go back out. Otherwise, your job is simple. Go do that twice. You grab your stack, bring it down, spread out tiles. Grab your stack, bring it down, spread out tiles. Everyone stacks up. Raid leader counts down, you blow all your DPS cooldowns, burn them down to the next percentile, and redo it. And that's the entire fight. It's the same exact fight. What the tiles do, just so you guys know, is it adds, for every tile lit up, it adds a 1% damage increase, damage dealt, and it also adds 1% spirit. So for your healers, obviously if they have 75 or 100 tiles lit up, they can pretty much free cast, and it really doesn't matter what they cast. They can just throw out huge heals. So what does this mean for your tanks and your healers? That probably the beginning of the fight is going to be the time where you're blowing more cooldowns, especially as a tank, because you know that during the encounter, as it gets worse, that you can kind of, you know, as the tiles are high, the healers can spam on you, so it makes their life a lot easier, and in turn yours. As far as a healer goes, understand too that the people who are doing the crystals will take damage. Now, it won't be that noticeable if they're doing it right, but if they take the wrong crystal and then they are doing the 10% stacks, understand that it will hurt. It will hurt at the beginning until they start dropping your stacks. DPS, how do you help with this? Is when you're picking up your crystal, go ahead and pop your defensive cooldown, your personal defensive cooldown that mitigates your damage. So even if you're on the right one, because let's face it, you're not going to be doing optimum DPS at this time anyway, due to the fact that you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off getting these tiles. The most important thing is to make it so that your healers can just focus on the tanks. They should not need to focus on you during this fight until obviously everything's going on. Once they have all their mana, once all the tiles are lit up, pretty much GG at that point. That's when you all stack up, you're burning all your DPS clones, and again, and you're just going through the cycle each time. But that's really the whole fight. If you can do those two things in addition to normal mode, and like I said, you know, if you don't have chains, like if this is a 10-man and you don't have chains, that seems like it would be pretty easy. But that would be your one kind of deciding factor, is if you don't have chains, or if you do have chains, like in 25-man you always have them because you have all the dogs. Keep that in mind, that then the only time you're going to want to not be part of that crystal spreading and the tile spreading is if you do have chains. Other than that, you're dodging the cobalt mines. That becomes a big thing too. Make sure that when the cobalt is petrifying, that you break out some of those mines, especially ones that may be in the tank or the melee's range, just because it's going to make their life a lot easier if they have free movement. Same thing with kind of your positioning, guys. Again, same thing with normal. Don't stand in front of where the tank's going to go and drop an amethyst pool. It doesn't help anybody. Kind of just normal stuff that you should have picked up now, by now in normal modes. Just kind of practice all the same philosophies with the mechanics of the fight. Again, if you can do your normal mechanics and just add the tile thing, and the nicest thing, guys, if you do it this way, everybody does it once and everybody gets on the boss and everybody's doing way more damage, 100% more damage. So you're going to see some really cool numbers on this fight. It's actually really crazy, some of the numbers you see, but it's such a great fight, guys. that's literally it though. That's all you have to do. So you should be able to go in and down this boss. Let me know how you guys do, and let me know if there's anything I forgot or any strategies that you guys used, because I'm kind of curious. I'm always curious to see how different guild groups kind of did different variations, whether it be 10 or 25 or however you did it. But thanks for watching, guys, and as always, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya.